friends, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. Oh my goodness. So it's a beautiful day here in the Northland. Supposedly about 40 degrees, but there's a breeze, and what some folks call a breeze, some of us call a wind. So we'll see how long this lasts. I thought we would do a little walking and talking because y'all, holy Moses, when you live in an area where half the year the air hurts your face, when the air's not hurting your face, it's nice to take advantage and get outside and move around. It's Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and I wanted to just get out and move around and undo some of the damage I did yesterday with all my eating. So maybe once we get moving, we'll feel a little better and this wind will settle it. All right, it's truly a breeze, but I'm walking and that's adding to the breeze. So anyway, I just want to check in, see how y'all are doing, how the beginning of your holiday season is going. Y'all, I want to talk a little about the holidays. I know that the holidays can be a magical time for a lot of people to get together and celebrate the things that we have and our blessings and just celebrate how life is going. But I think it bears mentioning and just kind of reminding ourselves that it's not like that for everyone. That some people don't necessarily experience the holidays that way, and for a myriad reasons. And y'all, I don't feel like I'm qualified at all to counsel people on sort of how to live their lives or how to deal with issues, but I just kind of want to bring to mind that there are going to be people out there who are suffering during the holiday season. Maybe people who aren't doing well, right? People who are experiencing illness or loss, or people who have lost loved ones over the year, or people who are reminded during the holiday season of losses they've experienced. Because y'all, of course, it's not like once you make it through that first holiday after a loss, then the loss goes away and you can sort of check that box and every Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever from then on out is going to be great. Even just within our friend group, the intern and I have experienced loss. So I guess it just seems like during the holidays, everything is just intensified. Like the things that are good seem great, and the things that are challenging can really get you down. Oh, y'all, this wind. So I guess what I'm saying, y'all, is through this holiday season, let's just keep an eye on each other. Anyway, we talked last week about making healthier snack choices. I want to continue along that theme, but with sort of a holiday twist to it. So let's talk about some substitutions that we can make in some holiday cooking and baking recipes that'll make them just a little bit healthier. One easy substitution you can do is subbing out the fat that you're using, either the butter or the shortening in your baking recipes. There are a couple of different options that you can choose from depending on the recipe that you're making. One thing that you can do is sub out a straight 1-to-1 of mashed avocado for the butter. Another thing you can do is mix up half vegetable oil and half unsweet applesauce or crushed banana for the butter or shortening or whatever it is that you're trying to exclude from the recipe. If you have a recipe that calls for margarine, sub out 1/2 cup pureed prunes for a cup of margarine. Eggs. If you want to sub eggs out of your recipes, like if you want to make your recipes vegan, for 1 egg, take a tablespoon of chia seeds or flax seeds, let them soak in 3 tablespoons of water for a little while, and then use that as your egg substitute. For sugar, you can sub out sugar for any one of a number of other options like natural honey, agave nectar. You can use coconut sugar in place of processed sugar. You can use maple syrup or even just a crushed banana in place of sugar. Now, if you're already using crushed banana in place of your fat, then be careful subbing banana in for your sugar as well and reduce the amount of banana that you're using. Instead of processed flour, you can use whole wheat flour, nut flour, or coconut flour. In place of oil, you can use pumpkin puree. For sour cream, you can use Greek yogurt or a combination of Greek yogurt and low-fat cottage cheese. If you have a recipe that calls for heavy cream, you can use evaporated skim milk in place of the heavy cream and that'll give you that creaminess. But if the recipe calls for you to cook it down and reduce it, know that that evaporated skim milk is already reduced. That's sort of the evaporation piece, so it's not going to reduce anymore. So if you're using it in a recipe that has to be reduced further, reduce the amount of evaporated skim milk that you put in. Don't put in as much as you would if you were using heavy cream. And if you're gonna whip the heavy cream, you can whip evaporated skim milk, but look up how to do it. For regular recipes, not baking, some sort of general substitutions you can do. Y'all know my favorite is substituting ground turkey or ground chicken for ground beef, or y'all just sub lean ground beef for less lean ground beef. If the people you're cooking for aren't gonna like the ground turkey, don't cook it. If the best you can get them to eat is lean ground beef, feed them some lean ground beef. Instead of processed white pasta, there are lots of options you can use in place of that. You can use zucchini, you can use whole wheat pasta, chickpea pasta, there's black bean pasta. Y'all, I still have that black bean spaghetti in my pantry that I need to fix and try. Instead of white rice, you can use brown rice or cauliflower rice. Again, some of these you're gonna wanna choose depending on the recipe that you're making. You might want to make your choice based on what you're cooking. What about French fries? You can make sweet potato fries, or y'all, if your folks are French fry fans, make them French fries, but make them healthier French fries. Cook them in the air fryer, bake them in the oven, or tater tots. Y'all, I love tater tots, but I make them in the air fryer. So they're still very starchy, but they're not greasy and starchy. And again, I just account for the starch and adjust what I eat the rest of the day or for the next couple of days based on how many carbs I eat in tater tots. Finally, what about salt? If you or someone that you're cooking for is watching salt intake, be aware of other herbs and spices that you can put in your dishes while you're cooking, so that when you serve them, they have a rich, full taste and you don't need to use salt. All right, y'all, there's my list of magical substitutions to help you transition your favorite dishes into some healthier options. Let me know in the comments what kind of healthy substitutions you're making. I'm gonna head home now because I'm getting cold and my nose is starting to run. So I'm gonna do a quick workout. And y'all, I think I'm gonna use some of these healthy substitutions. Maybe I'll make some carrot cake cookies or something. I don't know, I'll check back with y'all in a little while, okay? Bye now.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
Let's bake some cookies, y'all. I am gonna make some carrot cake cookies, and I'm gonna do some simple substitutions. I'm gonna substitute coconut oil for the fat in the cookies. Instead of like butter or some kind of lard, I'm gonna use coconut oil. I'm gonna use coconut sugar instead of a refined white sugar, and I'm using whole wheat flour. So those are some easy substitutions that might not make my baking healthy, but they'll make it a little bit less unhealthy. So y'all, let's get started. I've pre-mixed my dry ingredients of flour, salt, nutmeg, cinnamon, and baking soda. And now I'm going to cream together 1/4 of a cup of, I'm using coconut oil. Excuse my dog. The recipe says to melt the coconut oil, but I'm going to try creaming it like butter and see what happens. 1/4 of a cup coconut oil, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 egg, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my vanilla extract. And I'm going to put in an egg and cream it a little bit and see what we think, and I might add another egg. So we add 1 heaping cup of shredded carrots, a 1.25 cups of rolled oats, 1/3 cup unsweetened shredded coconut. I have coconut flakes. I wonder if that's the same thing. 1/4 cup pecans and 1/4 cup of raisins. Now I've got to mix in my dry ingredients. You get a big spatula for this. I was using one of those little cutie like $1 spatulas you buy when you're walking in the door at Walmart. That's not really, that wasn't working out for me. This is calling for a big old Betty Crocker spatula. There we go. Now we're folding. Y'all, I'm glad I added that extra egg because this is folding in nicely. That's it, y'all. I'm going to drop these onto a parchment-lined cookie sheet and bake them at 350 for 9 to 11 minutes. I'll check back when they're done. We have cookies, y'all. They're tasty, but they're not very sweet. So I made up a glaze of reduced fat cream cheese, a little bit of unsweet almond milk, about a tablespoon of unsweetened Greek yogurt, and some confectionery sugar. And I drizzled that over the top to give it just a tiny bit more sweetness. I wonder if that coconut sugar isn't as sweet as refined sugar. So when we sub out refined sugar with coconut sugar, maybe we need to use a tiny bit more sugar in our recipes. It's just something to be aware of as we make substitutions moving forward. All right, y'all, that's it. We have cookies. Y'all, thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you haven't already done so, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I upload new food and fitness videos every Monday with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.